I'm Rahul Shetty from Global Delight.
Yeah.
And I have come here to demo an app called Game Your Video.
And it's pretty cool. You just brought it out at MacWorld.
Oh yes, we launched it at MacWorld, and we have got a tremendous response for it. We even won the MacWorld Best of Show for the app. So it's been great for us.
And this is for everyday people who like to play with videos.
Oh yes, it is for, the idea is that even a 6-year-old kid should have fun editing videos and come up with some super entertaining ones.
Okay. And is it a free app?
No, it's near to free.
Okay.
It's $1.99, but
Okay.
now it is running at a sale $0.99.
Yep. So half of a latte, I call it.
Something of that sort.
That's how I judge them. Is it cost a latte or less or more?
Yeah.
So pretty cheap. And what do you need to use it? It's meant for video, for people who are shooting videos like of their kids or
Yes.
whatever.
And the idea is, a lot of us would want to put fun and entertaining videos on YouTube or Facebook, but none of us want to do video editing to get there. So this app solves that problem.
Yeah.
You can create entertaining videos beyond just transitions and cuts. You can add super cool effects, and you can also do cuts and transitions.
When you were explaining to me, I was like, what? So I think you need to show it to me.
Okay, sure.
Because when you see it work, it's actually makes sense. So.
Yeah.
And it's called Game Your Video.
It's
right?
called Game Your Video.
And that's what I didn't get. I was like, what? How do you make a video a game?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I've gone out, shot some video, and now what do you do? Show me it.
So this is how you start. Here you game videos, don't edit them. So let me pick a video up. So let me pick the video that we shot using the phone. This is how the video is now. Right? Before we do anything, let's add some music to the video. So let me add, I add the music from my iPod library.
Yeah.
So then this is where the video starts playing. And now I can game it. So you control the whole video editing process like a game. So what happens on the screen, depending upon that, I can add fast motion, echo, or I can add a mirror, or I can add an insert, or I can even spin the video.
That's cool.
Or I can do some crazy stuff like this. I can add some sound effects, so you can get the whole audience feel with laughter, applause, and so on. You can also add some cool things like that. Right? The beauty is, most of the things that I've shown you, you can do it all live, even while you're recording the video.
Oh, really?
So that means it is almost zero editing.
I wish I had that on my 3D camera.
So you can see this.
Yeah.
So you can edit all of that. You can make all of that live.
Yeah.
So so at the end of it, you have a video ready. So that's the whole thought. So you can get rid of editing altogether.
Now, what if I go like to Disney World and I take 15 clips of my kids playing around?
Right.
Can I edit those together?
Yes. Yeah. As I said, the idea was to make the whole process simple, even for a 6-year-old kid. So even conventional processes like cut are innovative. I'll just show you how cut is done with this app.
Okay.
There are no frames, there are no tracks, there are no timelines, nothing. So you cut in this way, the natural process of thought. So let's say I've started playing this video.
Yeah.
Now I want to start the cut. I click the button.
Yeah.
Now it starts cutting the video, and wherever I want to stop, I just stop. So this is simple.
Very nice.
Simple cut. You can also join the video. Even that is very simple. It's append currently. So all you need to do is click on join, select the videos you want to join, and then boom.
And it just joins them up.
It joins them up.
That's nice.
Right. And
what made you guys do this?
we were seeing a lot of activity with photos, and we realized that videos are a more engaging medium. People really have fun with videos, but why are people not able to create any videos? And shooting a video is very easy now, right?
Yeah.
It's as easy as shooting a photo. You have mobile cameras, mobile phones, which are powerful mediums to shoot videos.
Yeah.
So we wanted to solve that problem, where anyone should be able to take videos, make it interesting, make it entertaining, not just professionally styled, make it interesting and entertaining, and then put it onto YouTube and Facebook. Because there are a lot of traction for videos on YouTube and Facebook, but no one is creating. It's only those professionals who are creating and other people are consuming.
Yeah.
So that was the whole thought and the idea behind creating this.
Very cool. Very cool. How long did it take? Because this is pre-advanced video work, and so coding this must have taken some time.
Apple did a brilliant job with iOS 5. When we attended WWDC this year, Apple had a session on iOS 5 optimizations, and there were 15 people in the session because it was to do with all graphics and on all this stuff. And our engineer was there in the session, and when Apple said the brilliant things that they've done with OpenGL, with the core and the graphics style, our engineer was the only guy to clap, right? Because he realized that this is going to be big. And that was one big step, big help for us that happened. The second one was, if you see audio, this is one thing I didn't show you. This is the first time, and audio is being, gamed live. I'll just show you an example. I'm sure you would know, doctors. So as I've said, there are a lot of flavors also. Let me pick a flavor called Funny Talks.
Okay.
Now this Funny Talks will let me game the audio. Now when someone is speaking, I can add. This is for the kids, you know.
Oh, so it's using his voice but speeding it up like a human.
Or it can transform the voice all live, right? So this was another technical breakthrough. You know, all the apps that you see now, they only modify the voice and the visuals are different. But doing it live when the person is speaking was a big breakthrough. So for this we had used an algorithm developed by a 11th century Indian mathematician. His name is Bhaskaracharya. So most of these mathematical functions, they take a lot of CPU time.
Yeah.
Now this guy in 11th century, he had to do if you're aware of this Hindu cultures, there is something called as Homa.
Yeah.
They make and put the sacred fire. So he had to build a layout for it, and the layout had to be perfectly 90 degrees. So he had developed algorithms for tan and cos, tan, cot, and etc.
Wow.
At 11th century. So it doesn't involve the way we do it, the logarithmic scheme that we have currently. It does it in a different way. So we could use all that, and that is where you get the live audio transformations.
And it'll work even if I'm speaking.
Yes, I can do it live. I can get Guru speaking, for example.
Alright.
The live is I can't hear it though. It'll be but live.
It'll record it.
Yeah, it'll record it live. So let me do that for Guru.
Alright.
Guru, you need to speak something not so funny.
Yeah.
So wait, let me. Oh, I can do one more thing. I can get both of you speaking, and I can get 2 different voices for both of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's say I let Guru speak first. Okay, go.
Yeah. We are at Robert's house, and it's a really, really beautiful place, and it's a nice drive from San Francisco to Half Moon Bay.
Thanks for coming out and showing me this cool video app. I think it'll make my videos more fun if I use it.
Okay, now I'm gonna speak. This is the third voice. Let's see how it comes out. So, yeah. Now if I have to play this.
It's a nice drive from San Francisco to Half Moon Bay. Thanks for coming out and showing me this cool video app. I think it'll make my videos more fun.
That's pretty funny.
Okay, well,
Now I'm gonna speak. This is a third voice. Let's see how it comes out.
Almost like a Darth Vader.
Yeah. So you can create a whole range of videos. You can create videos with drama, with all that slow motion, fast motion. You can create a lot of emotional videos with slow motion and music. You can also create a lot of funny videos because all of us love funny videos. So the idea was you can create the whole range of things. Don't just stop at cuts, transitions, and be bored of it after some time.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So
Community
yeah, and then there is the community also.
Okay.
Now the community, we saw that there are everyone coming up with their own network.
Yeah,
And
like
we realized-
Instagram.
Yeah.
style.
So what we did was with this community is that we allowed the user to put it on YouTube, for example, YouTube or YouTube currently, and you can share it on Facebook also. But he can share the link within the app. So what happens is, so now when his videos go to YouTube, if he chooses to, he can add it to the current community also. So you will find, so we have a community called I Did This.
Yeah.
So now here, when you click, you will see all the videos that have been uploaded using this app
Okay.
to YouTube.
To YouTube
So,
or
yeah,
Facebook.
Yeah. So most of the users get 1 or 2 views for their videos. We have a Camera Plus Pro and there is a video option there. We know that most of the users get maybe 10 views per their video.
Yeah.
Now on YouTube, they are going to get maybe 100, 200 views. That is what we are seeing now. They are on YouTube. They get the YouTube audience also, and through the audience of Game Your Video, their whole viewership is increased.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win
It
for
helps people out on
Yeah.
YouTube too. Because
YouTube too. Yeah.
you don't have views, then you won't get into
Exactly.
everybody's feeds.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything with Google Plus? Because that's another place where YouTube is
Definitely.
getting views. So.
Yes. YouTube again. Google Plus is one thing, and greater integration into YouTube is another thing that we are looking at, because YouTube in the last 6 months has partnered with online video editing solutions. But if you see, the action is currently in the mobile.
Yeah.
Right. Most of the people are shooting videos here. They want to edit videos here and get it up.
They don't. A lot of people don't know how to get stuff off of the iPhone into a computer. Anyways.
Exactly. Yeah.
I talked with Bump yesterday, and they're seeing the same thing. They're
Yeah.
now doing bumping of photos back and forth, and they're
Oh.
soon going to add videos.
Oh.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
So you can edit a video on your
Exactly.
phone and then bump it to your mom or whatever. Tell me about the company that you're starting, because we've seen the app. Now we need
Yeah.
to know what the.
Well,
How many people do you have working?
Global Delight currently has around 20 people working.
Okay.
That is a mix of engineers. There's a design team that we have built from scratch, and then there is the marketing team, marketing and support team. So this constitutes the
And
20.
where are you guys located?
We are located in a place called Udupi. It's in India.
Yeah.
It's a place that maybe a lot of people don't know about. So
Is it close to Bangalore? Or?
it's around an hour flight from Bangalore,
Okay.
or maybe around, if you know Goa, it is 3 hours drive from Goa. So we are near the shore.
Yeah.
Exactly that. Yeah.
Not a traditional place to start a startup though.
I would say that, yes. The place is a very interesting place, in the sense there are a lot of engineering colleges and top-notch engineering colleges of southern India. So you get a lot of brilliant engineers out there, and that is why we could do a lot of these nice things with technology and simplifying things. So that is the reason how we started.
Yeah.
Then when we started,
How are you funded, by the way?
oh, we are bootstrapped.
Yeah.
So we were very
No venture capitalist knows where you are.
Yes, exactly. It's good for the time in that way. Yeah. We were quite lucky initially. We had some good products with Voila and with Camera Plus and Camera Plus Pro. Camera Plus Pro was actually one of the first apps on the App Store to come up with mobile photography applications. It released in 2009.
Yeah.
Now I believe a lot of people would know the other Camera Plus, with the plus sign.
Yeah.
They came somewhere in 2010. But since they are more popular, that is sort of a thing that we're still trying to get that word out with Camera
Yeah.
Plus. But we started with photography, that was with Voila. We wanted to be one of the largest screen capture applications in the market. And we did that. We are now currently one of the 5 top screen capture applications on the Mac. And we got into mobile photography. We got into mobile photography because when the iPhone first launched, there was no APIs for camera. You couldn't take pictures. There was no APIs for that. And we saw that there were a lot of people around who had figured out APIs to do it. And we said, okay, we'll do it. And we did that. And the day we were about to give it to Apple released the API. So we were the first ones to come up with Zoom and all Flash. For example, we have a thing called Soft Flash. So that really picked up for us. Camera Plus got downloaded maybe now 15 million times.
Yeah.
It is 15 million downloads with updates.
It's a free app.
Yeah, it's a free app. So that encouraged us to do Camera Plus Pro, And then we started looking at the whole multimedia content market. We saw that there was social media at one end, which was creating a lot of demand for content. And then there was this mobile devices, which had this superb, absolutely brilliant power to create content.
Yeah.
And we thought, look, now the whole focus has changed. People want to create better and better content, and they want to do it in the simplest way possible. It is like you have a gun in your hand, but when you shoot a gun, you would want a Patriot missile out of it, right? So that is the kind of power that people wanted. And we realized that tools like Adobe, they can't do it because they're not on mobile and they're not simple enough. They're designed for professionals.
Yeah.
So there is a huge new media infrastructure required, which is going to cater to these millions of people who are going to create content from now on, and no one is doing it. So that is where we got serious about tools for content creation, and we went into photography.
Yeah.
Then we got into music, sound. That is our application called Boom. Boom was very simple. We all watch VLC, and
Yeah.
VLC most of them use because it has this 400% volume boost, and we're like, you can do that for all the movies that you watch, but you can't do it for the YouTube video you see. You can't do it for the Skype call that you take. So
Netflix or Hulu.
or Netflix.
Yeah.
You can't do that also. So, and we were like, we should do something about it. So that is how we figured the whole Boom solution. And we launched it on MacWorld. That was our second launch in MacWorld after Viola. And we won the MacWorld Best of Show. And we broke even within 15 days, right, for Boom. So we were quite happy with that because it was a very simple solution. And people loved it beyond what we created it for. Like, for example, there were people with hearing problem who came back to us and said, look, this is going to be, this is really helping us out.
Yeah.
And
It just makes it louder.
yeah, just makes it louder. And you can add your equalizer also. So now you can add equalizer to your YouTube video. You can add equalizer to your Skype call and boost just the voice. So
That's cool.
yeah, it's
Because a lot of times I'm using just a directional mic and people
Yeah.
complain I'm too soft or something. So now they can use Boom
Yeah.
to make it louder.
make it louder. So it got started getting used for a lot of other things. So that was Boom. And after Boom, we got into this. We had this technology. We were always good with technology. So we created this live filters for Camera Plus Pro, wherein even without applying a filter, you can just watch the whole thing in a black and white thing or etc. And that is when it struck us. Look, people want to see the space around them differently.
Yeah.
And that is when people started asking us, do you want to do more videos and stuff like that. So then we thought, okay, let's do something with videos. This app has seen a lot of iterations. We started with simple filters that we'll just add some filters to the time it has come, and why the concept of game came into the app. So the idea was,
It's smart because there's lots of other competitors that I'm seeing come out, but they force you to either be all algorithmic. So you
Yeah.
just stick your 5 video clips into it, and it decides where to cut it and where to zoom. And
Exactly.
Where to, and that's okay. It's sort of like Animoto does that.
or
right?
Magisto.
Yeah, but I like your approach better, right? It lets you have some fun with
Yeah.
it, and that lets you
Exactly.
add your own human touch to it, which
Exactly.
is important, I think.
Yeah. So for us, when we started doing, we realized that look, the creativity part can come from the human itself. An algorithm would not know that this moment is the most beautiful moment in your video. Let's say you have your kid shooting the basket, and it's a victory shot. You know that this is the moment that you want to highlight, and that can be done only with a human touch. So you hit slow motion there, put a nice music at that point, and then do it. But the fact was, you keep that. How do you make it the most simple way possible? So we translated the natural thought. You see a scene, now you want this scene in slow motion. So what do? Make it in slow motion. So the translation of the natural process of thought, that was what we wanted to get into the app. So you think of it, you can do it. So the distance between the thought and the actual action should be 0. So that was where I think we wanted to differentiate Gameo Video from the other applications.
Very cool. How's it been? You launched it, 2 weeks ago at the MacWorld?
Yeah, on January 25th, that was the launch.
Yeah, I was in Europe, that's why.
Yeah, yes.
I was partying.
Oh,
Partying with billionaires.
that way. Good. So yes, it was a party for us also here in some ways. It was a very hectic first few days when we didn't know how the reception to the whole app would be, because it was a very different concept from what people are seeing it. and we showed it in the innovation showcase. We got selected for the MacWorld innovation showcase, so we got good response there. And then on 26th we got into the MacWorld floor, and that is when everything went crazy. We had kids coming to us. We demoed it to one kid. He used to go back and pull all his friends and get back. Just check this out. So we have a lot of videos on kids. Then a lot of people found that it is a very simple and fast way to do it. So then it carried on from there.
One of the beauty with the professionals, even when they saw it, or even for the media people, what they did is the one thing is there's no rendering. It's happening all live.
Oh yes.
That's one of the big point. And second thing is that
does it render at any point when you upload to YouTube, or it just does it all live in the background?
It happens everything. You apply everything live as you see it. The saving time would be there, but it is like minimal. It's not that you don't have to wait for 20-30 minutes kind of a stuff. It's instant.
And the resolution is still full 720p,
Yes.
so it doesn't reduce the resolution too much unless you're doing like a spin.
You have an option to save the video in the original as you have shot it, or you can lower it. You have a medium and low quality as well, so it's up to you. How do you want to save it? That's one of the thing. And another thing is that everybody was happy that there are no tracks. They don't have to learn something to edit. And that's why the whole concept of game. You don't edit videos, but you start gaming. That's what we tried to make.
The beauty is some of the media guys remembered us because of the UI that we did. The UI was pretty unique. For example, if you just say, for example, I've added this slow motion. You can even undo. You can add this effect now. Now even the rendering process, we had made it a little fun. So if you see this, if I stay in original, see, this is how the rendering is. So we wanted every part of the experience to be engaging for the user. So you will find even elements like that, popcorn going down. Nice. Those were also made engaging.
No, I can see why you won. You have to have that kind of fit and finish to get people excited about apps right now. So it's 500,000 apps, man. It's a lot of apps to try.
yes.
So to stick out, you have to come up to a certain bar, right?
Exactly. And people's expectations are increasing also. You can't sell a fart app now. It's impossible.
No.
So people want to see something that will give them value over a period of time, not just use and throw. So that is...
there's too many. I'm a heavy app user, and I've tried 600, 700 apps, right? And I can't keep up anymore. So I can totally understand the market is going to be more resistant to new apps, unless they're really weird long tail apps. Your bank, you'll download your bank app. But for mass market consumer apps, the bar is going up every day.
Yes, definitely. And that is where it helps, if...
by the way, why are you not doing... Are you going to do this on Android or other apps, or are you only Apple?
Currently, we are only Apple. We would definitely want to explore the other markets once they stabilize. For example, Android is too fragmented currently, and Windows is just finding its feet. So once they stabilize to a certain extent in terms of the development tools and stuff like that, we would definitely be interested into going that. But surprisingly, when we went to MacWorld, 6 out of 10 people wanted us to do it for the iPad. They were like, we would want it for the iPad. That was a surprise for us initially.
Well, that makes sense because there's a larger surface to play with, and you can move all your video over there and then have more fun, actually being able to edit it like this. So, the trick is to get the video off your iPhone and onto your iPad.
Exactly.
So you can edit it. That'll be an interesting synchronization thing, because you don't want to hook it up to a computer or download it to iTunes and then bring it over. You have to do something like AirPlay or something where you're pushing the video over.
We think one of the solutions we were originally considering was iCloud, because Apple says iCloud is one good thing. But I think people are just started with iCloud. They are still, I think, to use it. Everyone is still to jump on it. So I think when that happens, a lot of these seamless integrations will be much more easier and better.
Where do we find more on this app? Where do we get the app?
You can get it on the App Store.
It's called. What do we search for on the App Store?
You have to just search for Game Your Video.
Game Your Video.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can also go to gameyourvideo.com.
Great.
And you would get more information on it and get to see some sample videos that people are creating and the way they're using the app.
And are you guys on Twitter and Facebook and Google+?
Yes. We are on Twitter. It's at gameyourvideo.
Okay.
We are on Facebook. It's facebook.com/gameyourvideo.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can just check it out on that.
Very cool. Well, thanks so much for coming out and showing it to me. It's really cool.
Thank you.